Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
New information tonight about measure number 3 in North Dakota dealing with legalizing recreational marijuana in the state. What started out as a joke on social media snowballed into opposition against the opposition to the measure. Valley News Team's Maddie Gelseth shows us how signage towards the measure is still a problem for both campaigns.
This post on the ND Legalization Initiative page got a lot of reaction on Facebook. It says if anyone wants to waste the opposition's time, money, and resources, go to the link for a sign. Then the post goes on by saying if they do drop off a sign, be sure to cut it up.
This kind of foolishness is, as I said before, it's just campaign shenanigans, and there's really no place for it.
David Owen, the chairman of Legalize ND, agrees.
It's not something we support. It's not something we encourage. You don't go out and falsely order stuff. You just don't do it.
But that's not all that happens. Supporters of Measure 3 are receiving these in the mail. They're burning and shredding them and posting on social media. Robinson says this is childish, but Owen disagrees.
If I want to express my frustrations at them, I can do whatever I want to it, but it's mine at that point. I didn't sign up for their mailing list. They just sent it of their own free will.
Both Owen and Robinson say they can't wait until November 6th, so all these shenanigans can go away. Reporting in Fargo, Maddie Gelseth, Valley News Live.
If you steal a sign and get caught, you could spend up to 90 days in jail and have to pay a $1,000 fine. A Moorhead officer has been charged with assault after investigators say that he broke a woman's nose. 47-year-old Jennifer Thomas was arrested early last month after police got a call about a suicidal woman with a handgun at Buffalo Wild Wings. Thomas's mugshot raised some questions on social media, wondering how she got her black eye. Today, we got the answers. 33-year-old Matthew Lambert is charged with aggravated assault. Court documents say that Fargo police were called to Sanford Hospital hours after Thomas was arrested in Moorhead. Lambert says that Thomas tackled her for spitting in his face. She thought her injuries came from hitting her face on part of the bed. After further investigation, detectives say it was actually Lambert who struck Jennifer Thomas with his elbow and while she was handcuffed, breaking her nose and heavily bruising her right eye. We're told that Lambert is on unpaid administrative leave. We reached out to Moorhead Police, but they did not get back to us. Just as forecasted, the warmth we've been missing returned today. And if you haven't spent any time outside, you should tonight. I'll let Hutch explain. That's his job.
It is. And I got to tell you, things are changing. So get out and enjoy while you can. We do have south winds that help warm us up today. Still gusting in the southern counties over 20 miles per hour. Here's a look at high temperatures today. 70s across the board. 75 Hallock, a record-setting 76 in Grand Forks, 73 in Fargo. Still 70s for a few, but we'll see things cool now that we pass sunset tonight. Clear skies for the overnight hours. It does look like the south wind will be around 10 miles to 15 miles per hour with low 50s. Well, the changes come tomorrow. I'll have details on the possibility for some wintry type precipitation. I know. Details in a few minutes.
All right. Thanks, Hutch. A man was arrested and charged in connection with a September chase with law enforcement. Levi Sean Guthmiller was wanted on numerous warrants. Authorities say that Guthmiller was taken in on failure to appear, meth possession with the intent to sell, and possession of drug paraphernalia. He was able to escape during the pursuit with law enforcement on October 11th in Jamestown. A Moorhead police officer who was arrested for drunk driving has resigned. Sergeant Thad Stafford was arrested earlier in August when he was pulled over by police just by Mick's Office Bar in Moorhead. Investigators say that Stafford was nearly 4 times over the legal limit. Stafford's resignation is effective December 31st. A former Fargo All-American has been found dead in his dorm room at Northern State University in South Dakota. Police say Curtis Lemaire was found dead early yesterday. The cause of his death is not known at this time. In a Facebook post, his mother says her son's roommate tried to wake him up for wrestling practice and that he had passed away in his sleep. Lemaire graduated from Prior Lake High School and was a 3-time Minnesota State medalist in wrestling and a 2-time Fargo All-American. Police in Fargo are warning about a Craigslist scam that's resurfaced. They say a person tried to buy a truck off of Craigslist. The seller requested payment in the form of eBay gift cards. Once the seller got the gift cards, they disappeared. The buyer was out the money and didn't get the vehicle. Police remind you not to use gift cards in exchange for payment. People usually get excited when their phone goes off, but that quickly leads to disappointment when you find out it's a robocall. And new data says we should expect more of that disappointment. A call blocking app called YouMail says the number of robocalls this year is higher than ever.
So over the past year, robocalls have completely exploded. It's around 4.4 billion by our estimate that happened in September, which is an astonishing amount of robocalls.
For those of you with a 701 or 218 area code, there have been significantly fewer robocalls than other states. Georgia, for example, saw nearly 70 calls per person in September. If you want to plug in your area code and see how many calls per month you're getting, head to our website and click on this story. A Fargo mom is breathing a sigh of relief after Fargo public school officials dropped charges against her son. It's a story you only saw here on Valley News Live, when Larissa Peterson wrote to our whistleblower hotline saying her son was being charged with disorderly conduct for defending himself at Fargo North High School. Patterson even received a letter from Lutheran Social Services saying her son would be going to juvenile court. After days of fighting back with the school officials, Patterson says she finally got the call that she was looking for.
And then, proceeded to tell me that that wasn't really policy, that they get the police involved in something of that nature. But that's not the story we got originally. I don't think anybody really knows what the policy is. I might have won the battle, but the war's not over, and I'm not going to stop fighting. My kid deserves better. Everybody's kid deserves better than that.
Patterson tells us she's going to the school board as in fighting for policy changes. U.S. Senator Heidi Heitkamp has printed an apology following the backlash against her open letter ad that named more than 100 North Dakota women as victims of sexual assault or domestic violence. The new ad appeared in the Minot Daily News today, with Heitkamp saying, "I deeply regret this mistake, and we are in the process of issuing a retraction and personally apologizing to each of the people impacted." Some of the victims who were identified say that they're considering legal action against Heitkamp. One of the women says that she considers it reckless that the senator didn't read and approve the document before it was published. And she says she doesn't know what the senator could do to remedy the situation.
The damage has kind of already been done. The names that didn't want to be put out there are already out there for the world to see, and you can't really retract that. The damage is done.
Meanwhile, Senator Heitkamp and Republican challenger Kevin Cramer will meet in their first debate in less than an hour. Heitkamp is likely to stick to attacking Cramer for supporting potentially damaging trade policy and health care changes. And Cramer is expected to hit Heitkamp as not conservative enough for the state and try to capitalize on a Heitkamp ad that went awry this week. Tonight's debate starts at 7 p.m. in Bismarck. There's another debate scheduled a week from tomorrow in Fargo. Later on Valley News Live at 6, Friday's drawing for the Mega Millions lottery will be worth an incredible amount of money. North Dakota Governor's Office finalizes a new ethics proposal. We'll tell you what this means for employees next.
You're watching Valley News Live on TV, online, and on the go. Always on, wherever you are, whenever you need to know. Valley News Live. You're watching Valley News Live on KVLY, your hometown NBC station.
For a limited time, get 0% interest for 6 years at Home Furniture. Everything is on sale, and you can finance it free for 6 years. Plus, free shipping on purchases $4.99 or more. Hurry! 6-year financing ends Saturday, only at Home Furniture.
I'm Heidi Heitkamp, and maybe this is how we should decide elections, because it couldn't get much more ridiculous. Kevin Cramer wants you to believe that I'm anti-veteran, pro-taxes, and against prosecuting illegal immigrants who commit crimes. Are you kidding me? That's about as silly and fake as this TV ad. I approve this message because I've fought every day for North Dakota. And Kevin, I'm just getting warmed up.
Oh, those nasty water mishaps. They can cause costly damage to your floor. Problem solved with waterproof flooring from the Carpet Garage. Check out the latest innovations and hottest looks in flooring with fantastic styles and visuals for any room in your home. Built to resist mold and mildew, these floors are engineered to keep their integrity in wet conditions. And the best part? The Carpet Garage stocks the largest selection of waterproof flooring at the lowest price in town. Guaranteed. Waterproof flooring. In stock and unbeatably priced at the Carpet Garage.
My generation really wants to stay here and farm, but with Kevin Cramer and this trade war, they put that at risk.
Yet Congressman Cramer dismisses the concerns of North Dakota farmers.
But I hear all kinds of hysteria. We don't have a very high pain threshold.
We can survive a lot, but this could put us under. Cramer turned his back on us here in North Dakota. He just follows what the folks in Washington tell him to do. If something doesn't change quick, it's going to hurt people.
The SCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Now at Home Sleep Express, get 6 years zero-interest financing on any Tempur-Pedic. Plus, Home will give you a $300 gift card, free delivery, setup, and a 120-night comfort guarantee. Tempur-Pedic with 6-year interest financing at Home Sleep Express.
Tonight's news, sponsored by Perkins.
A new ethics policy has been finalized months after Governor Doug Burgum reimbursed nearly $40,000 for a trip to the Super Bowl in Minneapolis. The new rules come after Burgum faced criticism for accepting Super Bowl tickets and watching the game from a suite, all provided by Xcel Energy. Burgum repaid the utility to eliminate the perception of conflict of interest. The tickets weren't the only gift offered by Xcel. The utility also offered the governor free invitations to a rock concert, private parties, meals, and other events. This new policy says that no employees can accept a gift with a value exceeding $50 from any person, business, or entity. Any gift greater than $50 must be reported to an ethics officer and returned to the donor. Moorhead Public Service is alerting customers that they will be relocating its water supply. The city began construction on the 20th, 21st Street grade separation project this summer. The Red River water transmission line is being relocated, which is expected to take 2 weeks depending upon the weather. During that time, MPS will be transitioning its source water from the Red River water to Buffalo Aquifer water. MPS says although there might be a slightly different taste in the water is safe to drink and use. Later on Valley News Live at 6, do you have your ticket yet for tomorrow's big money lottery? It's worth mega millions.
And we all won with weather we saw today. Temperatures rising into the 70s for many. A new record high for some near Grand Forks of 76 degrees, beating a 75-degree day back in 1956. 73 in Fargo. We're going to cool off. I'll have hour-by-hour details in your forecast next.